All right, here's a question that I asked our group that Rick is also interested in. It's about OBJ. I think he put a list out of like the 6 teams or whatever that he's interested in
Mhm.
playing for. I think the Niners are on that list. And adding him, I don't know if you add someone like him, he's the talent of I don't know if he's a number 1 anymore, but talent-wise, he's definitely a number 2 on this team. I don't know where you would slot him. In the beginning, he would have to kind of, learn the playbook and kind of probably play more in 4 receiver sets, but in this scenario, it's a little bit about keep away because the Niners are pretty smart about the cap, but, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, we were just talking about Jimmy having these safety valves, and this guy has great hands, and he could be another one of those things. But then it becomes, like you said, an embarrassment of riches. That's less snaps for Jennings if OBJ is on the field, maybe less snaps for Kittle as well in certain situations. So thoughts on adding OBJ?
From a football standpoint, does it make sense? No. Where do we roster him? Where is he gonna play? Where do the like you say it affect there really aren't any snaps for him right now, and there really isn't a roster spot for him. To obviously he's a better player than Jeff Wilson, but that's the problem with why we moved on from Jeff Wilson. He wasn't going to play, but you could make the case with all the injuries and things that you just mothball him, and to hell with him and his free agency. You just mothball him, roster him, in case of emergency break glass type thing. But there wasn't a roster spot to do that. Where is the extra roster spot going to come from? We have depth problems at defensive line, so we're not going to shorten that. What unit do you short in order to keep a fifth running back? Doesn't make any sense. Same thing with the wide receiver. Where are you going to short? Safety. I mean, DB, linebacker, I mean, there's no place to keep him, so it doesn't make any football sense. But would I do it? Hell yeah! I mean, it's just money at this point.
Yeah.
Write a check, Jed, bring him on, and then that's what you pay Kyle to do, is to figure all of that out. Because I am all about just acquiring talent. Have as many of them as you can, because it's an attrition sport. And just like with the Rams last year, they signed him actually before Wood got hurt. And in the fact that Wood got hurt and then he was just there was just good fortune on their part. And in this game, you just never know. You never what would look like a um a just an embarrassment of riches could suddenly turn into a need in one or two plays. Plus, I don't want to play him in the Super Bowl. I don't want to play him in the divisional round. I don't want to see him on the Giants. I don't want to see him on the Cowboys. I don't want to see him on the Chiefs. I don't want to see him on the Bills. So I'd rather have him here and figure out some way to keep all these people happy than to have him go somewhere else. It doesn't make any sense.
Herbert could have used him because he was missing guys today.
For damn
Uh,
sure.
I wonder if they could, because Debo lines up at the backfield, because you have Juice, maybe you don't need that third running back, and that could be some space offensively. But yeah, you're
Well,
right.
they, we saw it today. Um, uh, TDP was inactive. The thing has been from the very beginning. That was what happened with Trey Sermon.
Mhm.
Is of all of those backs, they were willing to risk waiving him with the hopes that maybe he would clear waivers and be able to be practice squad eligible. They don't believe that if they put TDP or Jordan Mason out on waivers, that they're going to make it back to the practice squad. That I don't know, league intel being what it is, I don't know, but they seem to have a strong feeling that those guys are, and I have, you see the way Jeff Wilson is balling. There's, I don't doubt that people look at our backfield and they're like, shit, if we can get one of those dudes, we'll grab them up and see if they can ball. They, because we have a good track record with, running back. So I have no doubt that those dudes, we'd be risking losing one of those guys if we did that. But again, I'm playing fantasy football,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
no kidding.
And there was a time this season where Willie Snead was activated and he was the fourth
That's
receiver.
real real talk. So it can happen in a blink of an eye.